Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Market opens up here in about 4 minutes. Real quick, when I say live, what I mean is that I'm recording myself, seeing the information and the data for the very first time, as opposed to having everything already been recorded and now I'm coming back and explaining what's already happened. So this is not a trade recap or post commentary, nothing like that. I'm, like I said, experiencing the data and information for the very first time. So in other words, if you want just an unscripted, nitty gritty look into what it's like to be a day trader, how day trading can play out, then you will get that here. I am going to be watching mRNA out of the opening gate. So if you're not familiar with my screen, you can see right there, mRNA, and we'll see what happens with it. It is gapping up, but I'm going to have more of a bearish bias on it for various reasons, but that'll be my game plan going on. So I will go ahead and pause for now, and I'll be back at the open. All right, so what I'm going to be looking for here is a break up over 400 and then for the price to come back down and to short at 398 with a stop at 400. So right around a $200-ish risk. I say ish because there's always slippage, but 300 at most if there's massive slippage there. But that's the plan right now. Again, this is live, so I don't know if that's going to take place at all, but I at least want to get my thoughts documented here before the market opens. So again, step one in the process is want to see it break above 400 and then come back down to the 398 mark where I would then get short for ideally a scalp here. So we'll see if that happens. Market opens up in less than a minute, but I'll pause until the official open. All right, markets are open. There's the break above 400. But now actually, if anything, looking for a move back below 400. So I'm going to move my entry point up to 4. In there at 400. Getting the move to the downside. Need some more though. Needs to get down below 398. There we go. And out there at 398 for a quick $152. Very nice. Basically what I was risking there. Got on the flip side there. And I'm not done with it yet. Still want to trade it, but because this is all within the opening minute, I always want to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more conservative in what I'm doing because the opening minute can be very crazy. But based on some pre-market stuff, I felt confident about what I was doing there. And I mean, in my defense, it worked out just fine. But as you can see now, it's bouncing back upwards. So glad that I took the scalp where I did. But still going to be watching this one again. Still bearish biased, but off to a nice start with the 152. But I will pause for now. And wow, totally turned my back for 2 seconds. And just to kind of document and also show how this works. But right here, mRNA 400 flush point, and that was not the trade that I took, but the second trade that I was watching for it. I wanted to take 400 again, but like I said, I lost track of it for a second, and look at it come back down now. So shame on me for turning my back. That was a costly mistake, but it happens. Good news is it's only 9:32, so we're 2 minutes in. Still plenty of time left on the day. But I will go ahead and pause, but want to at least be transparent. Totally missed that. And wow, look at it go downwards. At this point, got to wonder if it's going to come down there and close that gap. But all right, I will pause. All right, looking to get short here at 391. Want to see if this thing can come down here and close that gap. So potentially the 388 range, give or take. So let's see if we can get it down to that area. Holding steady there. So I'm going to take out 50 shares. Still have 25 shares left to enjoy the ride if this thing does want to keep on moving down, but wow, is this thing overextended. So glad I hung on to those 25 shares because this thing is now at 387. All the way back up to 3. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead. I think that might be the bounce. So nice. Another trade there for $298. And this is all being done on a relatively small share size. I mean, all I've been doing is taking 75 share positions. And granted, I am also using margin. So when you run the math, that's not like it's all my money. You know, that's the power of margin, the power of leverage. Again, you got to be respectful. You got to know what you're doing. So I'm not advocating at all that, hey, I just learned about the markets yesterday, I'm going to sign up for a leveraged margin account. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that keep in mind that I am using margin leverage. So when I say small share size, yeah, relatively speaking to how much of my own cash I'm actually using, not very much, but yet, 75 share positions and up almost $300, and it's not even 10 minutes in. I will take it. I'm very happy with that. But we'll see if I can maybe make one more trade on it or something else if it arises. But yeah, now granted, I'm waving the hindsight flag here. In hindsight, should have given it a little bit more room to get down there at 388 because it did hit there and beyond. But it was looking like that candle there kind of caught me off guard for it to get that overextended that quickly. So I wasn't quite sure if it was going to potentially snap back, but it didn't. Down here around 385, another very interesting level. And 382, a very interesting level that not close to right now, but I would need 382 to come into play a little bit more controlled. Right now, I would almost consider this uncontrolled as it's just basically going straight down. And wow, Tesla is quite the... Let's just actually hop over to Tesla here to... Oh, wow. It's just hitting 1 million shares and we're almost 10 minutes in. All right. So in other words, a very low volume day here on Tesla. Usually it is well beyond 1 million shares by 10 minutes in. And it literally just hit 1 million shares. And right there, you can see, if you're not familiar with the screen, the volume right there. So it just went up over volume, or 1 million in volume. And, we're 10 minutes in. So yeah, that tells me that I'm not going to fool around with this one. We'll keep an eye on mRNA for now. But all right, well, there we go. Well, look at this, coming down at 382 and really with no control at all, just straight down. And as much as I like 382, I just can't take it right now. Just cannot take that trade. Way too risky. And if it leaves me behind, so be it. And that's the thing. These live trade videos, I'm about to look either really smart here or really stupid. Because if this thing bounces, then everybody in the trolls will be saying, hey. Well, the trolls wouldn't say anything, but if it continues to go, the trolls will show up. Hey, why don't you go short there? Look at it go. It's like, well, yeah, I understand that. But right now, at this exact moment in time, it just feels too risky because it's just, like I said, basically straight down into that level. And as much as I like it, and chat room members know that I've been talking about 382 for a while, unfortunately, it just do not feel comfortable with that right now. So yes, I want to see it bounce because I don't want to look stupid here. I don't want to see it come down here and then continue on down because then I'm going to look really, really silly. But right now I'm looking kind of smart because it did bounce up and it is bouncing right now. But to be fair, like I said, now if it wants to go sideways here for a while and then come back down, I may be interested. But at this exact moment in time, I just felt as though it was too risky. And I supposed to pat myself on the back a little bit. Looking like I made the right decision here. But yeah, if it wants to go sideways for a little bit and then make another attempt down through 382, then that would be, actually, what is that level right there? Yeah, and yes, I'm talking to myself. 381, actually. What was that low right there of that candle? 381.70. Okay, so maybe the key level is more so 381-ish. And there it goes. See what I mean? It's just, this thing doesn't even want to consolidate. I suppose it gave one candle of consolidation before dropping downwards, but even just a few. And I should, let me kind of reframe things here. I don't mean to sound like I'm whining or griping or complaining because I am aware and I'm very grateful that I've made $300 in 10 minutes. I'm aware that not many places in the world are going to pay you $300 in 10 minutes for sitting around at home pressing buttons. So I really, truly don't mean to come across as ungrateful. I'm just speaking my mind in the sense of, I identified that level, but the level, it just didn't come into play in the way that I would want to see it come into play. But I do kind of, as I talk a lot, I probably sound like such a little whiny baby right now, but that's not what I intend. I'm definitely very grateful. And I think I'm also talking out loud because I'm battling the voice of wanting to chase, wanting to break my strategy, and look at it go. So, all right, well, I look stupid. I was hoping it would bounce. Did not bounce at all. It went sideways for one candle, then come down. So, yeah, I guess trolls have at it. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I should have just went in right there because I would be doing just fine right now. Be up $3 per share. But all you can really do is laugh about it. But it is what it is. So let's take a look around. Look at this thing go. Wow. Well, now I'm almost wondering, can it really get down there? Let's call it 371 as a potential area to go long. But I'm not quite sure. Can it really just drop straight down to that area? Maybe. I guess I'll keep an eye on it, but I'm also going to look around and I'll pause for now. All right, what I'm going to do here is hop in at, 381. If it looks like it wants to come down to 381 with my risk being 383. So $2 risk 50 shares, that's $100. So I'm going to risk $100 here. And if I'm wrong, I'll still be green on the day, which I'm fine with. So let's see if this thing wants to come back down. Would like to see it down to at least 378. Whoops. Well, so this thing's either going to bounce up through and I'm out, it's not looking so good for me right now. Well, let's see if it does want to come back down. Watching 383. Yeah, not looking good. Got to be out. How am I not out? What did I do wrong here? 384, I want out. Oh, wait, I got to buy. Whoops. Did I just luck out there? I'm short, I got to buy. Let me give this thing a little bit more wiggle room now. If it goes up over 383.50 though, I am going to back out. Okay, out there for, yeah, a little bit more than the $100. We'll call it $130-ish. And that's fine. I love that setup. That was actually a great setup. Clearly didn't work out. I started to come down in my favor, and I realized, yeah, in hindsight, hey, Clay, you could have locked in those gains. That was a winning trade because it did start to come back down. And it did, but it didn't come down enough for it to make sense relative to what was being risked. So I needed it to come down to at least the 378 mark, and it never did. And that's all right. But it came back up, and I'm still up 167. We're 20 minutes in. So you know what? I'm going to call that a day. Captured, and a great setup to take. I would take that setup all the time. In this situation, it didn't work out. But if there's any learning lesson here, that's why I just take the loss. Because look at this. I mean, at this point, basically all my gains would be gone for the day had I gotten stubborn as this thing continues to bounce. So it happens, and you'll be wrong. But the point is just be wrong so that you still have a green day. Because I still feel great about myself. I mean, seriously, and I don't say this to brag, but just to build perspective, where in the world can you make in actually less than 20 minutes, $167? That's bonkers. Like, that sounds like a scam. That sounds like some sort of too good to be true, like late night infomercial situation. And look at the price still go up. But no, it's totally possible. And you just saw it here. 20 minutes, $167. And that actually included me having a losing trade and being wrong, but still walking away green. Now, is it as big as some days that I've had? No. I mean, if you watch the channel, you'll see that I've had days bigger than this. But all this was being generated from smaller share size. But still, at the end of the day, 20 minutes, $167. That is absolutely crazy. And look at this. And I am stalling right now because look at if I'd gotten stubborn. So at this point, had I gotten stubborn, not only would my green day have been wiped away, that red hole would be getting bigger and bigger and even bigger at this point. So yeah, that's if there's a, I mean, in all actuality now at this point, this is why you want to do, this is why you want to manage risk. This is why you want to honor stop losses. I understand that at times you'll be in a position, you get stopped out, and then the price goes in the direction you thought it would, and it can be very frustrating. But just realize that this could also happen to you. What is happening right now in real time. And I you know that somewhere around the world, some trader was like, you know what? Nope. Last time I honored my stop, it went right back in my favor. I'm not going to honor it now. And look at this. Keeps going up and up and up. So yes, education through fear. Be scared. And I'm trying to scare you into risk management because look at this. Again, I want to repeat that. Not only had I not managed risk, not only would my gains on the day been gone, but now it would be in a huge hole. I mean, because this thing's at what, 392. I got in at 381. So that's what, $11? Yeah, I mean that's my gains wiped away. Plus now I'm in a red hole, and that red hole is getting bigger and bigger. So awesome. I even feel better about the loss after seeing what's happened here. So just realize that can happen. But I will stop. Well, I was going to say I'm not going to, ranting. I think that's a good educational lesson there that we just happen to catch real time, which is why I love these live trade videos, because you never know when real time education like this, and very important real time education, is showing up. Because wow, and if this thing goes even higher, then again, that loss would have been even bigger and bigger because for you beginners, I was short, meaning I wanted to see the prices come back down. But I am going to wrap this up. So first off, do you like these kind of real-time educational lessons when they pop up? So if you do enjoy when I bake these into the videos, then communicate that to me in the comment section. Just let me know that, yeah, I do like the education. And look at this thing, still going. Wow, so the loss would be getting even bigger and bigger. But like I said, let me know in the comment section if you enjoy those bits of commentary, or if you just want to keep it to strictly trading. And then also these live trade videos as a whole, they're not easy to make because they are truly live. So not only am I talking to you, I have to think about what I'm going to say to you. I have to think about my own trade plans. I have to execute my own trade plans, which you saw here. I struggled. Here I'm trying to, get out of the position, and I can't because I'm clicking the wrong button because, it is, like I said, there's a lot going on in my mind, and it's not the first time that I've made stupid mistakes like that. And it won't be the last, because that just kind of comes with the territory of trying to do these videos live like this. But if you enjoy them, again, two things. Hit the like button, leave a comment, even if it's just saying hi, a smiley face, a rainbow emoji. But any of those go a long way in communicating to me that you find these videos helpful and entertaining. As long as I know that these are worth my time and effort to put together, then I have no problem doing them. But again, I need your feedback in that regard, and nothing difficult. Hit the like button, leave a very basic comment down below. So I want to try to stall a bit while longer just to see if this thing goes up any further, but you get the idea. You saw where I got out. You saw how much higher it's gone since then. And, just imagine, had I not gotten out, that would have been a very, very bad situation. And all right, let's just let it run a little bit while longer. Does this thing want to actually break up, do those highs? I mean, is it really going to keep going? What a crazy, crazy bounce this thing has had all of a sudden. And remember that one point, it started to come down. It was looking great. It was looking like it wants to roll in my favor. And then, nope, it just didn't happen. But all right, I am going to wrap things up here. So again, hit that like button, leave a basic comment below. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care and have a good one. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.